Hi, my name is Tony and I'm with Redline LumTronix. I wanted to talk a little bit about the evolution of the headlights that are out on the market. Back in the 70s, back in 1940, there was a consortium that got together and talked about making a headlight that would be a standard size for all cars, no matter what country and no matter what company made the car. So what you have here is what they call a parabolic headlight. It has a mirror reflector on the back, and all the parabolics are in the lens. So you see these tiny squares, that's the parabolics, and the lighting goes hits this lens and it goes out in a specific pattern. This is what the original headlights that came in most cars, this is what they looked like. You had the 7-inch and then you had the 5 3/4, and then later on you had the rectangular headlights, which was a 7 by 5 and a 6 by 4. I don't have the 6 by 4 shown here, but I kind of wanted to talk to you about these lights. The round lights went from 1940 all the way up to 1979, and some periods after, some applications after that, like Jeep and Range Rover, still have some of the round headlights. But the size, no matter what country or what car manufacturer made it, was always the same: 7-inch, 5 3/4, 7 by 5, and 6 by 4. From there, what's happened over the last 10-15 years is now they've gone to a clear headlight. As you can see, the parabolics are on the backside. The lens is very clear. You can see on the back a checkered pattern. That's in lieu of the parabolics that are on the front of this light. So with that, because you've got a clear lens and the parabolics are on the backside, now 100% of the light can go out the front of your car. So some of you guys are out there and you've got new cars coming at you. Those new cars have new lights in them, and the light is very bright and it's coming through a clear lens, whether it's a Porsche or BMW or even a new Mustang. They all have clear lenses now. They've moved away from this. So with that clear lens, now comes a way to put a bulb in, and this is the interchangeable part of the back of the headlight, where you can take this spring off and remove this bulb and put in other bulbs. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the bulbs that you can put in this. The first one is a halogen bulb. This bulb was developed probably in the 70s, and it has an interchangeable design, so you could just plug it in, whereas these old headlights, it was all built into one assembly, and you just threw these away. The nice thing about these lights, you still get to keep the light, but you just change out the bulb. So the halogen bulb was a much brighter bulb than what came in the original headlights. Sometime after that, they did put a halogen bulb in this, but the brightness wasn't as good, like I said, as you get with a clear lens. Then they went to a xenon type bulb. Notice that the top of it has a different color. It'll always be a little bit different than the halogen to show that it's xenon. It has a gas in it, and it's called xenon, and that xenon gas actually puts out a brighter light than the original halogen. So if you want something a little bit brighter to put in an assembly like this, you would go with something like that. Then they came out with LED bulbs, and notice on the side you see LEDs. There's another LED in the center here. If you see a bulb like this with LEDs on the side of it, know that it's not powerful enough to be put into a headlight. Some people will put this into like a fog light or a daylight running light kind of thing. But this is one you would steer away from for putting inside of this light. And then recently this light came along. It's an H4 bulb. Notice that it has bulbs on both sides. You'll see this these little yellow bulbs here, and it's a Cree LED. You'll find that Cree LED now to be put in bulbs that you actually put in your house. You can get them at Home Depot or Lowe's, but what this bulb gives you is a very, very, very bright light. It actually is brighter and better than something called an HID light, which I don't have an HID here, but HIDs are not legal to be run because of NTSB has turned them off, won't allow them. So, but one of the things about this light is when we built this light, we built it with safety in mind. The clear lens gives you more light output. The halo is actually built real close to the edge of the headlight, near the edge here, and notice that we have a reflector on the side. Now this provides a nice side beam for your car. The third safety item is just having the halo on during the day. You could hook it up as a daylight running light. So safety-wise, you're much better off with a halogen bulb or an H4 bulb versus these old headlights, because these old headlights don't put out enough light. The new headlights that are coming at you, your eyes are always dilating. You need a clear lens headlight, and a headlight with a halo in it actually gives you a daylight running light, so you have a much safer light. Eckler's is selling all of these products, and you go to their website. I promise you this is a very good product for you to put in your car, and now you'll be able to see the road.